Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Coffee Talk Live. I am Rebecca Doster, and I am once again filling in for Fariel Uickham, who is out globetrotting. She's traveling the world. She's in Australia. She's down under, so it's probably the middle of the night for her. But I am glad that you are here with me, and welcome if you're watching this live. Please pop in the comments your name, where you're from, say hello. If you have questions during this interview, please ask those questions. And if before you put a comment, if you can give StreamYard permission to use your name, then I can see who you are. If not, you're going to have to tell me. So today we are going to I'm going to welcome a very special guest. I'm personally excited because as we build our businesses as solopreneurs, we spend a lot of time honing our skills, gaining certifications, working on our own image and our marketing. But some of the things that we don't think about or struggle with are the bookkeeping and the record keeping that all businesses must do. So this morning, I have a very special guest. I have Audra Wilson Russell. She is a licensed CPA and holds an MBA. She has over 15 years experience in accounting and taxation. She enjoys working with small businesses and individuals, putting an emphasis on reaching financial goals, doing what needs to be done to get there. She has extensive knowledge with many accounting software programs and systems and is a certified advisor for QuickBooks Online. That's great news. And Xero, which is another accounting software. Audra also has her own accounting firm called myaccountingcrew.com. And she works with a wide array of companies and business owners, including childcare providers, lawyers, doctors, solopreneurs or sole proprietors, startups, nonprofits, and more. So please help me welcome Audra Wilson Russell.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. I am so excited to learn from you because I think that you are just what many of us need in
Awesome,
order
awesome.
to run our businesses. So I'm going to jump right in with a few questions. Um, First of all, as we build our businesses and we do all the things I mentioned, like working on certifications and training and setting up our studios or setting up our websites, all that kind of stuff. One of the things I know that many of us struggle with is the records side of it. What would you say is the best way to keep track of income and expenses and all the things?
Okay, so the best way I would say is first by making sure that you're separating your personal versus your business expense. So what that means is if you're incorporated, you have that EIN. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a business banking relationship, a business bank separate from your personal banking. That's step number one. Step number two, I would say to invest in a software subscription for online accounting services. So you mentioned my certification in QuickBooks Online and Zero. At the very least, have a monthly subscription to those software accounting softwares that you can connect to your business bank account that will bring in all those transactions, all your income, your expenses, and then you do the bookkeeping from there. And it's less manual input on your part when you're able to connect the bank with one
Ah,
of those online systems. So the first things first, separate your business from your personal. Second, invest in an online accounting software.
awesome. Okay. So, and you're certified in QuickBooks and Zero. Is one better than the other, do you think?
They're just different. And so also based off of preference. So what I'm hearing from the small business community is that with if they start out using QuickBooks Online themselves and to move over into Zero, there's a huge learning curve there. But if
Uh,
they are just kind of like brand new to accounting, a little bit hands off with the accounting, then Zero may work for them.
Okay.
If their accountant is pretty much doing all of the work and, they're
Oh,
just
got
getting
it.
those monthly reports and not really touching zero too much themselves, then either one, I mean, they're both powerful um, softwares, very, very powerful. They connect to other apps in this whole ecosystem of accounting. So, like when it's
It's
time to
big.
get those 1099s done, connect Stripe, connect Square, connect PayPal. These are like the primary systems that you would want to be on in order to kind of connect all your financial pieces into this one core accounting product.
Got it. Okay. And so you kind of talked about if you're more hands off and you have an accountant who's doing this, or I do know from being in small business, even if you do things yourself, usually you might use an accountant at tax time or whatever. But when you work with small businesses, what have you found, or what would you say is the best time to hire an accountant?
Well, I would say initially the best time would be before you start your business to at least have a conversation with someone that can guide you on that journey of getting started. And then,
Mhm.
we do understand there's cash flow issues when first starting out. Every penny counts, so you may not have the funds to like pay someone monthly to do your books. So that's why I say have that initial meeting, get started in the right direction. And then I would say when your business is kind of blowing up to the point where one, you don't have the expertise to handle the accounting, or two, you don't have the time, or three, it's just very difficult for you to hire someone to do it in
Mhm.
house because maybe you're not ready for a full time staff, a full time bookkeeper, that kind of thing. That's when it would be a good time to look at outsourcing the day to day to an accounting firm.
Okay. And so now your business, I'm gonna switch here and talk about your business a little bit because we're talking about hiring an accountant. Your business is myaccountingcrew.com. So since there's a .com on the end of that, I'm assuming that means that you could help a lot of our audience virtually.
Absolutely. So I am able to service clients all over the United States. So if they're outside of the country, then they're a little bit out of my range, my
Mhm.
scope range. But definitely in all states here in the US, I'm able to service those clients virtually. I've been on Zoom before Zoom was even a thing. My firm has been virtual here since maybe about 2015, 2015
Oh,
ish,
wow.
with
Okay.
working remotely with clients. I still have a few that prefer to come into the office and see my face, catch up, but for the most part, we're all on Zoom. I have a dashboard that I invite them to, so all communication is in one place for myself and my team members to see the work. There's a level of transparency there, so we all see
Sure.
where things are. So I have the tools set in place where it makes working with clients virtually a lot easier for myself and my clients.
That's amazing. So if we're well, not if, we're probably all to the point it's time to hire an accountant. You would be a great resource if you don't know an accountant where you are. Here's a great accountant you can get access to virtually. You can sit right in your office and have a meeting with her and be able to get that help with your books. And I think that that's fantastic. And I think it's great that you have taken this leap to be accessible, to be an accountant for people who just don't know where to go because, it can be confusing if you're not in that headspace, how to hire an accountant, what to look for, and who to work with. I'm going to stop real quick here. We're getting some messages. Oh, bye, Fariel. Is that Fariel? Hi, Audra. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited about this session. That's exciting. Um,
Awesome. Again, thanks for having me.
we are excited you're here. This is the things that we can teach people how to be an image consultant, but we can't do their books. We have Fabiana in Italy saying hello. And I think Fabiana is about to start traveling too. So, welcome, Fabiana. We're glad you are here. Coffee Talk always bringing up valuable information on how to build a successful business. Thanks. Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are, but I'm glad you're here, unless that's Fabiana again. Amanda, Audra is the best. I recommend her to everyone who is looking for an accountant. High praise
Thank
from
you so much, Amanda.
from Amanda, our marketing expert. And then she also says Audra is so organized and easily works remotely. She is awesome. So there you go. If you're looking for an accountant, here is a testimony telling you that she does a good job. So call Audra. Okay, next question. Tell me how an accountant can help me with my accounting. What can you do for me when I call you and say, hey, I started a business?
Okay, so
I don't know what to do.
at the very very low level, the person that just started a business, what an accountant can help you do is, hopefully you have that conversation about starting the business before you start the business, because that accountant you'll have that conversation about, how you're structured legally. So hopefully you've talked to your attorney already. If you're a partnership, you definitely want to have, that partnership agreement in place. Um, having that conversation with your attorney about your legal structure, and then having that conversation with your accountant about the taxability of that legal structure, because the taxability is going to drive what happens next. The type of tax return you have to file, when you have to file, even down to the chart of accounts that you're using in your, QuickBooks or your Zero accounting software. So, an accountant can kind of help you navigate the nuances of, how your company is taxed, and then kind of give you some guidance on some things you can do versus what you can't do. So like in a situation where you may be an LLC taxed as an S corp, or an LLC taxed as a sole proprietor, there's different rules. So just kind of some general consultation on the, difference between the two, and
Mhm.
the different taxabilities of your entity is at the very, like, beginning level of, having conversations with an accountant.
And then what after that initial conversation? What else can, other than getting set up? What else could you help us do in our businesses?
So, what my firm specializes in is outsourced accounting. So, we pretty much take that off of your hands. So, what that looks like is, you doing what you have to do, as far as running your business, you're invoicing your clients, you're collecting payments, you're, incurring your expenses as you're swiping those debit cards and things like that. And then what we do on the back end is all the accounting for it. So we're classifying your transactions, your income, your expenses, recording the liabilities the way that they should be, recording payroll the way that it should be, and, doing the monthly reconciliations, and then providing you with the monthly, financial packet or financial reporting packet of how your business is performing. And then, we offer different options to clients based on, what their needs are. So with some clients, we will only meet with them quarterly, and then we have some clients that we meet with biweekly, just
Wow.
depending on the level of, services that, they're looking for. So on a very higher scope type of client, we do offer advisory services where we kind of guide them throughout their business, whatever it may be, whether they're looking to increase revenues, decrease expenses, bring on a new employee, that kind of thing. And then on the very low end, just the bookkeeping. We also provide tax preparation services for those
Nice.
businesses, and then the owners of those small businesses. So it's just an array of services. And we're also, providing app advisory, which I
Hmm.
mentioned before about connecting certain apps to
Oh,
your
yeah.
accounting software. So, we'll kind of do an analysis to see what makes sense for your business and what tools that you can implement to help things run a little bit more smoothly for your accounting.
That's fantastic. So, for example, it could be for those of us like myself who are not so accounting minded, not so accounting experts. It could be as simple as you would set up our books for us and then take care of the making sure it's all going in the right place as we just like you said as we run our business and we go through day to day and but everything's connected to say QuickBooks and it's just all going where it's supposed to go. So you could, because I think that that's one of the things a lot of us struggle with is getting it all set up to begin with so
Hmm.
that it does run seamlessly like that. And we're not having to spend a truckload of time putting things in and saying, what is that? And where does the chart of accounts and all the things that are so confusing. So you're saying it could be that seamless and easy. You could take it
No.
off our hands.
If
Oh, no.
it's if it's taken off your hands completely and we're doing the work, then yes, to you it's seamless.
Right.
But it does require human intervention. So like it's not like a set it and forget it. It's all gonna do it, on its own. There's always things that takes a human eye to kind of say, well, this was a purchase over a certain amount at a store. It may not be office supplies. Let me look into the situation. It could be a computer, when
Right.
you purchase, things from Office Depot or something like that. So behind the scenes, it's seamless to you. But for us, it's easier for us because this is what we do. This is the
Sure.
the expertise that we bring to the table. But for you, it's like peace of mind with knowing that your books are going to be done the right way and without you having to invest too much time into it yourself.
Yeah, and peace of mind knowing that somebody who is an expert, a trained, certified expert, does have an eye on it. So to be able to, a trained expert to be able to spot those things, like you're saying, it may be in the wrong place or something. It's that is peace of mind to know that somebody
Hmm.
out there has kind of has our back. So you kind of touched on the benefits of outsourcing accounting. And I think that that is something maybe some of us don't think about because our businesses are young and we're struggling, but it is something, it is a good place, I think, to spend money to outsource those things and get that second set of eyes um, on that.
Right, right. It's a way to kind of help you make more insightful decisions in your business because now you're seeing your business on paper financially. In your mind or in your bank account, you're seeing one figure, but your profit and loss could be a totally different figure. So I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's called "Where Did My Cash Go?" or something like that, and
Oh,
it
that's a good one.
explains the difference between net cash and net income because they're two different things. Where, especially if you're a sole proprietor and you're kind of like dipping into that bank account for personal usage, um, that's not an expense that you can deduct. So now your net
Right.
income is very different from your ending cash balance. So just kind of like understanding your numbers on paper will help you make those better decisions for your business. Um, One thing, another benefit would be, let's say you are a bigger kind of company that you can potentially hire someone, but maybe not at a full time rate or that kind of thing. Or even if you can pay at a full time rate, you still don't understand accounting, but you need it done. So bringing on an expert that is doing the right thing versus trying to oversee a staff member where they're looking to you for guidance on how to do the accounting and you're looking to them for expertise on how to do the accounting, and it's like,
The
you
blind
know
leading the blind.
right, right. So it's better to you know
Yeah,
break
exactly.
your hands with it. Hey, you take it and let's review. my numbers monthly, quarterly, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and in making those bigger decisions, even if it's, you mentioned computers a minute ago, like, is it okay if my business buys a more powerful, bigger computer, or can I invest in, can I start renting an office space? So what one of the things you can do is also be that advisor. Like, I don't think you're quite there yet. Let's try to get here, or let's think about this. Or you can rent an office space, but your rent needs to be this, not this.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right. So you would be sort of like that good little financial advisor.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like I said, we offer different solutions based on where the client is and what their particular needs are.
Okay, I think that's really important too, because I think so many of us want to invest in things that maybe sometimes it's not time to invest in that. We're too young, we're too small, but we can get there. But
Mhm.
then also having someone who is the financial expert help us craft a plan to get there. Like, I would love to have my own, I have a studio in my home. I would love to have a studio not in my home somewhere, but I don't think that I am at a place where that's a smart move for me. But so hiring someone like you and your firm could definitely help me craft a plan. Correct me if I'm wrong, to get to that place and then say, okay, now, Rebecca, it's time. You can do it now.
Right. So it's all about the cash flow projections. So with cash flow projections, you're kind of putting together projections of what your bank balance will be at a specific point in time. So you're looking at all your income, not income, all your inflows and all your outflows. So we know that money that's deposited into your bank and money that's taken out of your bank isn't always income and expenses, but it could be made up of other things like purchasing an asset,
Right.
inventory, um, contributions that you're making to your business. So it's not necessarily income and expenses, but we're looking at all inflows and outflows to kind of project what that ending bank balance would be. And that would include things like paying yourself, paying your employees, your overhead, rent, utilities, that kind of stuff. And then also on the revenue side, projecting out what those future inflows look like. Do you have a consistent clientele? Is it like a subscription service where you can easily predict your revenues, or is it a little bit of hustle and bustle behind what you need to do monthly to increase your revenues to cover the expenses that you're incurring? So, taking all of that stuff into consideration when building out the cash flow projection will definitely be vital to making a decision such as purchasing equipment, inventory, or hiring a new team member.
That's amazing. Like, that, I think, as an entrepreneur, I think we all love what we do, but it's that side of it that I think that so many people don't even think about it. Don't even, and probably, I hope people can pop in the comments. I would love to hear what our audience is thinking right now. I'm hearing you say some of this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, don't even think about that. Like, paying yourself. You brought up paying yourself.
Hmm.
Can you pay yourself? How much do you pay yourself? I know what I want to make, but can my business
Exactly.
really pay me that?
Hmm.
And I think that that's something that a lot of us don't think about. But having that peace of mind of a financial expert to bounce things off of and tell our dreams to, like, this is what I really want to do. How do I get there? How do I plan for retirement? How do I even consider buying an office space versus leasing an office space versus working from my home? I think that these are all such great, important things. And then back to the 101 of maintaining those books and being ready for tax season.
Hmm.
So tax in the US, tax season is upon us. Is it too late to get organized?
No,
We're
it's
almost in
not. It's
March.
not too late. It's not too late to get organized. If you're in the U.S. and you're a sole proprietor, your taxes are due on April 15th. That's part of a Schedule C for those small business sole proprietors. If you are a partnership or an S corporation, your taxes are due March 15th. So hopefully you are organized by now,
You're
and you
knocking on the
can
door.
right, and you can produce that profit and loss and balance sheet for your accountant who needs to prepare those corporate returns. If you're not, then you definitely need to do something soon here to get it all together. In the webinar that we're having next week, I'll be touching on different things to look for on your balance sheet, on your profit and loss statement, things that are eyesores for accountants who need to prepare your returns and be like, hey, what the heck is that, or what's
Yeah.
going on right here?
I'm
So
always worried the accountants will look at it and go,
right.
oh, you're a terrible person.
Yeah, just getting you cleaned up before you get to the accountant, so the accountant can have some good numbers to work with before they're able to file the tax returns.
Excellent. And if people want to work with you, how is the best way for people to get in contact with you? Here in the US, again, Audra is certified and licensed to work in the US. Other countries have different tax laws and tax entities that they deal with. But here in the US, how will our audience get in touch with you?
Well, they can go directly onto our website at myaccountingcrew.com, and there's a request there for appointments. If you've never met with us before, you can book a quick video call. Um, Let us know you're interested in our services and what you're looking for. We're only working with small businesses at this time. We're not doing any individual tax preparation. And just request a call. We'll kind of give it a look over to see if you're a great fit for the company. And then if so, we give you a call. We have a talk, a one-on-one to see if we're a great fit for you. And we take it from there.
Excellent. So I think that, well, I don't think, I know all of Audra's social media accounts are scrolling across the bottom as well. And you can go to her website, like she said, and reach out to her. And if you would like to hear her presentation that she just referenced, her webinar on this coming Tuesday, I believe that's February 22nd at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, you can join the Empower group to hear Audra's presentation, learn more about her and what she does. And if you're not a member of the Empower community, if you will reach out to me, my email is Rebecca@byferial.com. I would be more than happy to send you an invitation and the Zoom link to join us. If you are a member, I hope you will be there. And if you're interested in being a member, also email me and I would love to give you more information about that. And you can hear from Audra and other experts throughout the year talking about things that will help you grow your business and become the polished professional that you need to be. I don't see any more questions, so we are going to wrap up. Audra, I cannot thank you enough for being here, for coming on Tuesday and helping us out so that we can be successful sole proprietors, entrepreneurs, and business owners. And I'm just really grateful for your time this morning. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to the presentation.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we will see you on Tuesday. We wish everyone a very good week, and hopefully, we'll see some of you on Tuesday. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye.